Oh my God, something so unexpected is about to happen to you this month, and you are absolutely going to love this. It is the specific information that you are going to get through somebody who is very close to you, somebody who is very important to you, somebody who means so much to you, and somebody who is sharing this spiritual journey with you. So that particular person who is also of an importance to you is going to be primarily responsible for you getting this message. You're gonna love this message. You're gonna like this so much, because after that moment in time, so much it's actually going to change in your life. This is going to be brilliant, but it's also to do with you waiting for a while. It's to do with a certain waiting. It's to do with a certain kind of anxiety that happened and manifested itself along the way. It's just basically it's to do with you waiting for the specific certain moment in time when it comes to your life in order to move on. So this is going to be big. Do you know why? Because after that moment in time, you are going to be able to make an enormous, giant, massive decision. And the massive decision that I'm talking about is going to be absolutely evident in between the 21st and the 30th of April 2022. And it's pretty much so connected to you making a relevant adjustment in your life, but also at the same time some kind of traveling. It's also going to be of an importance. My goodness, my gorgeous Leos, this is something that you have been waiting for. And I want to say to you, I need to stress that this message is really going to surprise you, that you're going to get through someone who really means to you so much, because it looks like they're going to get hold of that message first, and then you're going to get that message, but that message after that. But then why this message is going to surprise you so much? You know why? Because something already happened that you've been anticipating. Some kind of process already began. Some kind of process, some important process already began. Okay, so it is just gonna kind of surprise you. Oh my God, this already happened. Oh my God, and this is gonna be brilliant. Such a great news. But honestly, my gorgeous Leonis, you've been waiting for this for a long time, because after that, an amazing unfoldment, an amazing process, it's about to start. My name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Leoni, and it's for April 2022. So this monthly horoscope tarot card reading is for you, my gorgeous Leonis, and it's for April 2022. I'm so excited when it comes to you, my gorgeous Leonis. I'm so excited because, as I said, the fact that you are gonna have this wonderful news, wonderful message, this really important message is literally going to change every single aspect of your life. Where there was a dark stage, it's about to become light. Where there was a sad stage, it's about to become a happy stage. Where there was a horrible anticipation, there is going to become a wonderful feeling to kind of jump into towards a certain part of your life that makes you feel alive again, that makes you feel so good about yourself. You are really gonna feel remarkable this month, and I'm so happy for you because you've been worrying so much. And also, there were certain things that you started not that long ago, my gorgeous Leonis. There's some kind of process, when it comes to what you're working on, what you're kind of dealing with, what you're working on, what means to you so much. There is something that you started not that long ago. I've mentioned this in my previous readings, and this is also highlighted right at this moment in time, and it means that you are actually going to have a really big and significant not process, but you're going to have a really big and significant news when it comes to that, when it comes to your own success as well. It's an idea that is missing, and an idea that is going to become evident, and the idea that I'm talking about is going to be highlighted on the 7th of April, 17th of April, and the 27th of April. These 3 days are going to be talking to you like a big mama. These 3 days are going to be talking to you like there is no tomorrow. In fact, all these 3 days are going to be completely different, but it's all going to boil down towards the one specific thing where you're going to realize, you're going to see something, and then you're going to connect with a certain part of your life, and that in itself is going to provide you with an idea what what is actually missing, because there is something still missing, but now you're reaching that important stage of spiritual journey where you are gonna be able to recognize this. This is so important, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed. When it comes to numerology, your number is 30. This is a very powerful number, but it also means that you are actually pretty much so a very kind of powerful path of your life that was very draining you, that was making you feel so scared, that was making you feel so kind of like a little bit sad, that was making you feel like a little bit anxious. You know, it's beautifully coming to an end. And this is something that was draining your energy, like I mentioned at the beginning of this reading. So this is something that was draining your energy like there is no tomorrow, and it was really kind of like affecting your own concentration levels. And it is not very good when our concentration levels are affected like it's from such a kind of high anger, like how it affected you. So it means that every single time when you will be kind of like needing to kind of like project your energy towards something, you would always have this kind of on your mind. So something was really bothering you big time, because it was affecting your planning. And your planning, your way of planning, your future planning and things like that. It was very strongly connected to this. So number 30 in numerology means very, very strongly, you know, that what you were like kind of really worrying about, really it's coming to an end. And this is brilliant, because now it's all about moving on and carrying on. It's all about with an important continuation of your life, which is going to be highlighted from the 18th of April until the 30th of April. This is why this is going to be so important. But then on another hand, it's pretty much so to do also with the actual, you know, on another thing is that, you know, something very specific that you have been worked for, that you've just started not that long ago. It's such beautifully going to start coming together. So something that you've started not that long ago, it's going to be really big. It's going to be really successful. It's going to be like a big mama when it comes to your life, but you are going to have a very important information and realization that this is coming you know, together really, really nicely. And then on another hand, it is just going to lead towards a very interesting exploration. You know, that in itself is going to require to actually explore the certain part of your life. And this, you will know what this is, because it's just going to be natural next step when it comes to your progression, when it comes to your personal progression and things like that, you know. So this would be the natural next step. So you will know exactly what am I talking about, because it's going to come in a form of like a festival wonder, curiosity, but then again it's just connected to this wonderful new journey that I've already mentioned. And on one hand, you know, it's all about you seeing and realizing the potential behind something that you're already currently working towards. So this is what I'm talking about, this potential that you are going to see, that you're going to realize, and potential is connected very strongly to what you're currently working on. So this is absolutely brilliant. And also on another hand, you know, this is strongly going to lead towards your own development, towards enormous improvement, but also it's to do with like a promotion of your life in general. On one hand, you're gonna hear about the outcome of the past effort, and this is something that you have been kind of doing, and something that was kind of unfolding in your life over the last 23 months. So there is going to be quite interesting information that you are going to have, and it's pretty much so to do with the outcome of the past effort. So that in itself, it's also kind of almost immediately going to reconnect you with somebody from your past that you're going to feel very angry about. And karmically, this is a big mama, and this is a bit of a challenge that you're going to have, because when that happens and you suddenly feel angry because first of all, you see, you're going to become aware of like the certain unfoldment, something that went for a while, and that in itself is just like kind of like a really make you aware of the outcome of the past effort. And at that moment in time, there are other things like people, for example, not things but people, are going to kind of become kind of you're going to be able to connect to the certain people on that particular path as soon as you kind of like start paying attention to this, okay? And the certain person is going to make you feel really, really angry. So now karmically, this is a big moment. So this is going to be a sign that you need to let something go. There is someone that you're going to feel very angry about at that moment in time, but this is also like a blessing, to be quite honest with you. It means that you need to simply let someone go. You need to forgive to someone. And I know it's easy for me to say, oh my God, God, you need to forgive to this person, you need to forgive to that person. But you know what? Actually, who cares about that person? It's not like I'm saying, oh yeah, that person is horrible. It doesn't matter what this person is like. It's about you, and it's about your spiritual journey. It's about your understanding of all this from a much higher level, and it's about you letting yourself go. I know that this sounds really weird, but you know, you need to understand the importance of it. So as soon as you become aware of the outcome of the past effort, but something that was unfolding for a quite while, like a couple of years, you know, it could be up to a couple of years, and then it's going to also remind you of the certain people around you, and then once you become reminded, someone in particular is going to make you feel really angry, like, oh no, I don't like him, I don't like her. No baby, no, I love you, I love you. Just open up and send the love, my gorgeous Leonis. This is exactly what you need to do. This is to do with your karma, but it always comes that point when we need to release the amount of negative energy that is holding us down, and it's connected to somebody else. If we don't do this, then it means that we didn't learn any lesson. So this is why you're just allowing yourself, like before that happens, whether you're gonna kind of allow yourself to learn the lesson, or you're just gonna carry on until the next stage, next point comes up, and then you can just like kind of forgive and forget. So this is something that you need to remember as well. On another hand, my gorgeous Leonis, what I really like, you know, it's just a basically very big obstacle. This is probably one of the biggest obstacles that you've had over the last 7 or 8 years. And I'm not even being funny here. This is one of the biggest obstacles and problems that you had over the last 7 or 8 years, because I really know the amount of energy that was actually drained here. So that obstacle, you know, it's coming to an end. And that in itself is also kind of fantastic, because on another hand, it's all about your own victory. It is going to allow you to go to the next step. So the big, massive, huge problem, it's going to allow you to go to the next step, and it's pretty much so to do with the part of your life that made you feel like your hands are tied at the back, you know. And it's not even pretty much so a lot to do with your life in general, like your own personal life, but it's to do with the kind of weird and strange and unusual things on the outside that have been unfolding in your life over the last few years, and they have affected your life in such a way where it affected your way of thinking, your way of planning, and that obviously affected your internal happiness. And when that happens, we just very often have our hands like tied behind our back, you know. But then again, we don't realize that there is always way out. You know, there is always way out. Sometimes it's to do with a certain timing, but sometimes it's always to do like with us trusting ourselves and making sure that we stay centered by making sure that we stay grounded by only following our inner light, you know, and ignoring things that absolutely don't make sense whatsoever. Do not give your power away, my gorgeous Leonis, because you're ridiculously powerful signs. So now basically it's just all like about the actual really this problem that is going to come to an end. So it's like a very victorious moment in time indeed. And then on another hand, it's about you being able to do with what you wanted to do for a while, and that made you feel really sad and negative because nothing was happening, nothing was changing. So the natural next step after this moment in time, my gorgeous Leonis, it's going to be really important negotiation. And the negotiation that I'm talking about, it's also going to be it's going to happen in between the 13th and the 30th of April. In between the 13th and the 30th of April, there is going to be really important negotiation that I'm talking about, and it's going to be important because it's going to be ridiculously successful, and it's going to help you to realize, you know, after that negotiation, you will just know, yeah baby, you know, after that negotiation, you will know that you can discontinue the certain part of your life. You can discontinue the certain part of your life. It's going to be highlighted what this is exactly. It's going to allow you to make a really important big mama decision, like really important decision, and most certainly move on. After that moment, you are going to find yourself on the spiritual quest, and the spiritual quest always wants you to kind of like a really always push you to want more out of life, which is absolutely brilliant. It raises our vibration, it raises our energy. And the spiritual quest that I'm talking about, it's gonna be pretty much so highlighted within the last 3 days in April. Within the last 3 days in April, you're gonna feel like, oh my god, you want to try this, you want to try that. You're just gonna start feeling so kind of like bored, and suddenly you will be able to see the situation from a much higher perspective, and that in itself is going to allow you to remove yourself, from the negative energies, from the negative people, from the negative vibration. A lot is going to become clear where your energy was drained. A lot is going to become clear what path you should take. A lot is going to become clear what path you should avoid within the last 3 days of April. Just pay attention. This is so important. I'm not saying that you're not paying attention, but oh my god, you are in a bit of a caterpillar moment right now. But by the time when the April comes to an end, you're gonna become a gorgeous little butterfly, my gorgeous Leonis. So this is what am I talking about. Very important indeed. It is just very kind of like a strong energy of the new beginning. Okay, because on another hand, when it comes to your creativity, you are gonna feel like a very strong surge of creativity from the beginning of April, because it's a lot to do with the energy changing. On one hand, it's a lot to do with the energy changing, like a March and April, the energy is changing, like on the outside, the air is changing, the nature is changing, we are changing. So this is an absolutely brilliant time to get hold of some really beautiful and spiritual fresh air when it comes to our lives. But at the same time, it means that you're going to find this very beneficial, because this energy is going to be primarily responsible for you feeling that little push normally where you would feel scared about the future. So this is all going to start opening you up rather nicely indeed, my gorgeous Leonis. So the energy from the 1st of April is going to be like much nicer, much better, much lighter and it's really you're going to be able to feel this seriously, just like I'm seeing like a really dark curtains in front of you and the whole room is dark, but the way out is over there, and then you go over there where you just feel and sense is the way out because the room is so dark, and then you come to the end of that room and then you just open the curtains and it's like, oh my god, the whole world is out there that we didn't even know it exists. So this is what I'm talking about, my gorgeous Leonis. So you are gonna feel very strong creativity throughout this month, and that in itself it's also gonna be pushing you towards the certain invention. Remember that. On another hand, you are really kind of gonna give this month, you are gonna give a birth to something really important, to something really strong. There is going to be, what is going to happen this month is going to change your life, but you need to understand the best things, they take time. You're going to start something so important, but it's something that is going to take a long time, and something that is just going to keep on changing and growing, and with time it's going to become more powerful, more significant and more relevant to your life and to everybody around you who mean to you so much. It is going to be connected. First of all, there is going to be a very meaningful experience that you are going to have, that you're going to find really adventurous, and this is going to wake you up towards your life. This is going to remind you how life it should be. This is going to remind you how you should live your life. This is going to remind you to always preserve your energy. This is going to remind you to face the light. Do not face the darkness, okay? Face the light, face the light, face the light. Do not face the darkness. Ignore the negativity, ignore the sadness, ignore the darkness, okay? Because it's tampering with your energy, stealing your vibration, it's stealing your energy. Focus towards light, okay? This is what you need to remember, because you are going to have a very meaningful experience and you're going to find it very adventurous, and that moment in time is just going to give you a bit of a flavor, that you're going to have a bit of a flavor that you will not want to get rid of. So this is why this is so important. And also on another hand, you are going to recognize exactly, it's going to help you to open your eyes. It's going to help you to feel this specific part of your life that it just makes you feel so good about yourself. And this is to do with you recognizing this, but also realizing almost immediately that you're going to find this so rewarding, like emotionally, financially. It is going to bring you to great success ever, but then later on, this is also going going to bring you admiration from other people. You know, this is fantastic because it's just, you're going to, as I said, you're going to find it really rewarding, but also it's to do pretty much so with what you like doing, what you're capable about, and it's most certainly and most importantly going to bring you really kind of like a very brilliant financial gain and financial security as well. On another hand, you know, it's just you will, you know, another thing what I want to say, it is going to be a quiet, very good news also about the materialistic gain. And that is going to be good news as well. But at the same time, when you get the good news about materialistic gain, and I can tell you that you have got like the actual the 16th, at around the 16th of April and the 26th of April, these 2 days are going to be like the key days. The 16th of April and the 26th of April, indeed, you're going to get some kind of news about the material gain, and that in itself, it's also kind of going to make you realize, on one hand, suddenly very strong connection with your past, and you're just going to be thinking like, oh my god, why am I thinking about this? And then something is going to be revealed to you through your own past, some kind of insight when it comes to the next stage and the next step of your life. But then again, at the same time, at around a similar time, when you kind of feel a very strong connection with your past, maybe with your childhood, it really depends how far this is going to do. It's going to go. It's important which people you feel, which vibration you feel, how do you feel in general about it, but it's all going to lead towards you getting a gain, you gaining an important insight while you're doing something you like and enjoy. So this is gonna pretty much so gonna direct you towards the specific part of your life, what you should be doing, what you really enjoy. So something from the past is gonna help you to reconnect with yourself on such a high level where you will know now it's time to carry on with your life. But to bring this into your life right now, it's pretty much so needed, because it's gonna make you feel so much happier. You will know what this is because you're gonna throw yourself almost immediately the possibility. It's going to become obvious by the end of April, but especially the last 7 days of April are going to be quite significant when you throw yourself into this part of your life that was connected to your past, and you're really going to enjoy yourself. You will see how much you were missing this. You will see how much this is needed in your life, you know. By the same time, you will gain an important insight while you're doing something you like and enjoy. While you're doing this, while you're liking this and enjoying this, you're going to gain an important insight, okay? Because you will be projecting this excellent, mind-blowing and very unique energy. And this is what it does, the universe does to us, because we become very highly powerfully magnetic, and then a lot comes back to us, you know, through our subconscious mind while we are projecting the very kind of specific energy. So this is what am I talking about. On another hand, my gorgeous Leonis, you know, what else I was going to say, that you know, you're going to become also aware of like maybe some kind of a jealousy, somebody who is a little bit jealous, and I don't like this, but then you know what, this in itself, it's not going to like kind of like a really make you feel horrible or anything, because that person doesn't really mean much to you. But also at the same time, you know, it is just basically that person was like kind of connected to your own delay as well. So that person is having a really completely different way of thinking to you when it comes to so many other things in life that you really can't really get on whatsoever, because you've got like a really huge fundamental differences, and then you know something, you're very wise, and that other person doesn't know that, and then they're projecting something like kind of like a very strange and unusual, and you're only going to be like kind of like you're going to find this quite beneficial to move on from this person anyway. So that in itself, it's really going to work out really nice for you. Do you know why? So first of all, someone is going to be like a little bit jealous of you, because you will kind of like, it's to do with your own success and something that you're working on, and you will feel that someone's energy is like a little bit off. But then again, when you put two and two together later on, it's just going to be like, yeah, I'm not surprised at all, you know. But then this is going to work brilliantly for you, because it's all about like getting to that spiritual pathway in between you and that other person, which is going to open you up in a very unusual way. When I say very unusual way, it's going to get you thinking, it's going to get you going. You will be facing a bit of a darkness here, because only because you're going to be connected to this dark energy. But what is going to work really great for you, you will be able to recognize the deception, dishonesty, Okay, a little bit of a danger and very kind of like a deceit here, insincerity. There is so much that you're going to be able to recognize here, but then on another hand, you know, you will be able to forgive to this person or even a group of people because they have been so terribly misled. So you will be able to forget to this group of people or a certain person that they're going to be projecting this because they've been terribly misled. So on another hand, there is nothing that these people can do this to you like a negative or anything like that, but this is actually going to work really great for you. This is going to work in your favor because it's going to help you to kind of like really avoid completely the certain group of people or the certain person, the certain vibration and the certain energy, because you will see that this is connected to the bit of like an energy vampires, and the energy vampires, they can come into our life through all sorts of like a spiritual channels. It doesn't have to be necessarily somebody who you see on the outside. It doesn't have to be necessarily somebody who you are like kind of like a talking to on the outside. It doesn't have to be somebody who you necessarily know. It could be somebody who you're watching. It could be somebody who you are like kind of listening to. You know, they can come in so many different ways, in so many different forms, but we know who they are because after we are finished with them, we feel absolutely deflated, like energetically, like, oh my god, where did my energy go, type of thing. So these are the energy vampires that you're only gonna work so much better being away from them. But most importantly, it is just all about you seeing things, confirming, huge massive confirmation. It's gonna come through this person, so it doesn't really matter. It's gonna give you control, strength, courage. It's gonna give you a really positive energy, and that is gonna push you towards your own determination. You're gonna feel even more determined because of these little bastards here. You're gonna feel even more determined here, and that is gonna get you like, oh yeah baby, action, action, action. And that is going to increase your confidence, so you will know exactly what do you need to do and what steps do you need to make in order to make an important accomplishment. This is to do with your passion, is to do with things that you're confident about, is to do with your charisma, is to do with also with events that you are going to become basically aware of almost immediately. There are going to be certain events that you're going to become aware of by the end of this month, you know, by the end of April, that are going to require your immediate action. You need to remember, my gorgeous Leonis, that on one hand you are going to have a very sacred view from above, and May is going to be like that. You will have a very sacred view up from above, which is in return going to provide you with a like beautiful option to have a powerful view from above. And that in itself, you just need to remember to basically trust your instincts and stay focused. Okay, trust your instincts and stay focused, because there are other things when you have this view from above. There are other things that you're gonna see. It's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So that's why stay focused. By staying focused, you will stay grounded. By staying grounded, you're gonna stay sane. Yeah, so now basically this is what I was going to say. Very, very important indeed. And when it comes to your health, my gorgeous Leonis, I have to say, like, oh my god, it's just so interesting that so many signs are having very similar problems when it comes to this month indeed. And it's to do with the digestion, but it's also to do with the problems within our stomach and digestion caused by sugar. Okay, and sugar, whether you use sugar like in a little bit of a chocolate, whether you use sugar like with the cakes and things like that, or whether you're using like a loads of sugar like in the teas and coffees, I suggest you to get rid of the sugar completely. Cut out that little bastard of your life like as soon as you possibly can. Lots of people ask me like, what about organic sugar and things like that? No baby, no. Any sugar, organic sugar, brown sugar, pink sugar, blue sugar, any type of sugar you do not have in your life whatsoever. Please, especially when I see so many signs like suffering from this similar thing, it's like, no baby, no. Most certainly it's something to avoid, because it's messing up your energy levels, and you don't want your energy levels to be messed up, my gorgeous Leonis. So try to cut out sugar completely. Like, I don't take sugar at all. So it's either organic honey or or our either organic maple syrup, what I mentioned before, and this is going to help you so much. And why am I saying this to you? Not only this is going to help with your digestion, but you will realize as soon, like if you do it throughout the month of April, it's just going to increase your energy levels like there is no tomorrow. You will see it's going to pick up wonderfully, and then and there you're going to know like almost immediately like how much sharper this actually makes you feel, not when it comes to your body, but when it comes to so many other aspects of your spiritual journey. Very important indeed. So the need to actually have a bit of to get rid of toxins, you know, the need to like kind of like a work on the area and parts of our lives where we are kind of like putting toxins in. It's very important. What else is going to help you to avoid squashes and juices? Just drink water, just pure water throughout this month, and also try to drink what I mentioned before, organic dandelion tea or organic chamomile tea, because they're both absolutely brilliant when it comes to flushing the toxins out of the system. And also if you drink organic dandelion or organic chamomile tea, remember to actually just sweet it with like organic honey or organic maple syrup, please, and put a little bit of organic unwaxed lemon in. It's absolutely delicious indeed. And one more thing I was going to say to you, when it comes to like a nutrition, health, and all these things in our lives, you know, try to go outside. Just like I said in March and April are both as important when it comes to the energy change. Everything is changing, the air is changing, the energy, you know, the nature is changing, we are changing. So just jump with this flow and make the most of it. If you go outside throughout April and just like kind of rejuvenate yourself, being in the nature for just a few minutes, you're gonna find this super beneficial, but also you will see how it's gonna work on your mind amazingly. There's so many ideas and realization that you're going to have, specifically when it comes to resolving problems that you didn't know how to deal with and what to do over the last 36 months. This is going to be really big indeed. Okay, so now my gorgeous Leonis, I'm just going to see what is going to be the first important date. But before I go there, I would highly recommend you to get this beautiful faceted pregnant. Look how gorgeous this pendant actually is. But it's very powerful indeed, because it's helping us to reconnect with ourselves in a very high level. When it comes to increase our psychic intuition, when it comes to enhancing our third psychic eye, our pineal gland, when it comes to us being prepared for things in our lives before they happen. Because when you wear this pendant, it's brilliant, especially when you're working on a really important parts of your lives, when it comes to that fantastic continuation that I'm talking about, because it really kind of like it makes you aware of things without you kind of being aware of that. Because if you find yourself being indecisive, or if you find yourself not knowing what to do, and there are two people but you can't really read their energy, when you put this on, you're just automatically drifting towards the person that you should be drifting towards. Same when it comes to doing things, when you're kind of like uncertain, should I do this or should I do that? You wear this little baby throughout April, May and June, and it's just almost immediately it comes to you in a very nice and gentle way, like what you should do next. This is a very important pendant to wear, because it enhances precognition and inner knowing. You see how beautiful it is. And also it enables you to always be prepared, because it calms the environment. And now to have the environment calmed, you know, when lots of people are uncertain, lots of people are going through so many kind of unusual and strange and sad, unfortunately, things. So this is why this really helps you to avoid the things that can just like kind of unnecessarily bring you down and just take your attention from the path that you should be focusing on. It's a very, very powerful crystal, my gorgeous Leonis, and this is a very different crystal, you know. If you're into crystals and things like that, you will know as soon as you're holding this and wearing this that you're feeling almost immediately so much more than you normally feel when it comes to the world beyond this, when it comes to the energy, you know. It's just, and also it inspires you. By wearing this, you also feel really inspired. This gorgeous pendant comes with sterling silver chain. And the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. I have to say that, so thank you very much. On another hand, if you can't find the link in the description below, because sometimes people can't find the link, you know, you just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin, like a pendant, or Sasha Bonasin shop, and then you will see this just coming up. But you know, you will see like my crystal shop, you know, you're gonna find it on Google. But on another hand, the link is right in the description below. So when you're buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. I have to say that, so thank you very much, my gorgeous Leonis. The very first date is going to be on the 5th of April. Now the 5th of April is just basically somebody who is very experienced with a certain part of their life, somebody who is very successful, somebody who is very kind of like intelligent, somebody who is very spiritually intelligent, somebody who is very intelligent for so many different parts of their spiritual journey, and somebody who is very loyal to you in a certain and very unique way. It is just kind of going to really give you an idea. You're gonna get a powerful idea through that person, like in which part of your life do you need to invest. That person is going to be directly responsible for you realizing in which part of your life exactly at this moment in time do you need to invest, because you're going to get the most of it. This is almost immediately going to open your eyes. It's going to make you feel so good about yourself, but at the same time it's going to make you realize that you are about to have a big change. If you do this, you know, this is going to lead towards the big change that is going to affect you the most. At home, your immediate environment, big mama change, which is going to immediately change, create a big change, primarily when it comes to your home and your immediate environment. This is absolutely brilliant, you know. And then on another hand, it's just basically like you will know that there is also going to be very interesting like an option for you here, very interesting option here that is actually going to you know, help you out so much with your own practicality, but also that option is going to become super delicious, not only about your super delicious option, because it's going to help you not only with your own practicality, what you should be doing, what will be very practical, but on another hand, when it comes to the dark part of your life that you've been kind of like affected in such a way where you felt frequently too restrained. You see, this is going to be a big answer to this, to kind of remove yourself from feeling frequently too restrained and set your spirit free, you know, set your spirit free, baby. This is going to lead towards you having an important clarity to start with in between the 5th of April and the 17th of April, and then it's going to lead towards you making a choice here, okay? You are most certainly going to get a clarity in what you desire, and you're going to move forward. This is absolutely brilliant. The second important date, my gorgeous Leonis, but before I go there, I would highly recommend you to get a Chrome Chalcedony. Absolutely beautiful. This is gorgeous, and it's fantastic when it comes to planning, when it comes to career, when it comes to finances, when it comes to protection against the negative energy and an evil eye. But at the same time, it's fantastic when it comes to planning, when it comes to having additional ideas, when it comes to feeling courageous, when it comes to our prosperity, when it comes to that particular balance, when it comes to attracting prosperity into your lives by doing the right things and making the necessary steps that we wouldn't normally make. This is a must crystal to wear in April, May and June indeed. Very important, okay? It encourages it encourages it encourages positive and constructive self-reflection and increases physical energy, blood and circulation. Very, very important. As soon as you put this on, you like kind of feel rejuvenated immediately, but it gives you that courage, it gives you that confidence. It's fantastic. This gorgeous Chrome Chalcedony basically comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. I have to say that, so thank you very much. The second important date is going to be on the 18th of April. So the 18th of April, oh my god, this is going to be brilliant. Very emotional, very nice, very pretty, you know. And I say this because it's the beginning of understanding. This is going to be, you know. And this is big because it's to do with somebody who mean to you so much, somebody who mean to you a lot. Maybe you've fallen out not that long ago, you just had a little bit of disagreement, but however, this affected you big way, so it's all about the beginning of understanding in between you and someone else, and this is going to mean to you so much that is going to be also connected almost immediately with you making few steps towards your enlightenment. And this is the beginning of understanding in between you and someone who means to you a lot. And this, as I said, this is going to mean to you so much, and just you will see as soon as that negative energy kind of shifts, suddenly you're going to feel very content to kind of like deal with like a different energy in your life when it comes to devotion towards other things, was locked until you dealt with this specific person because there was something unresolved that you had to work with. So that is going to unlock you and unlock your power, baby. And once that happens, you will know exactly devotion. You will feel a very strong loyalty to offer certain services and efforts towards something really specific. Now remember, it's to do with your path, it's to do with your journey, it's to do with what you're currently working on, but it's to do with you as to be as creative as you possibly can. The more creative you are with this aspect in your life, the more successful you are going to be. So this is why this is so important. And also this is going to lead in between the 18th and the 23rd of April, where you are going to pretty much sort of have an opportunity to kind of respond to, but you need to be very sharp and you need to be very quick, which are you actually going to. At the same time, this is something that first of all is going to like, oh my gosh, shall I do this or not? But then again, you will recognize the overburden feeling that you had over the last 10 months, and you will also recognize how much unhappiness this can brought. And then you, as soon as you kind of like you're reminded of this, you will know for once what to avoid in your future, but for two, you will just like kind of go forward. Very important indeed, but it's also going to be connected to you revisiting old plans. The third important date, my gorgeous Leonie, is going to be on the 30th of the actual April. The 30th of April is going to be third important date, so it's like an amazing opportunity. It's coming up. I'm so happy for you. Very important opportunity. It's coming up for you on the 30th of April. This is brilliant. It's to do with an amazing opportunity. You have to remember to be bold, to be courageous, and to be as optimistic as you possibly can, because this is going to also increase your personal power. Even she agrees, you see? Even she agrees here. You see? Hello? You see? So now, this is going to increase your personal power, and now you will know, my lordy lord, now it's time to take action. In the next 11 days, when it comes to the actual May, the first 11 days in May are gonna be like absolutely mind-blowing, and you will see what I mean. But anyway, going back to the 30th of April, you see, it's all about you doing what you're passionate about, really going on an advanced stage in your life. It's going to require alteration, but then at the same time it's going to be connected to the change almost immediately. This is where the new journey it's about to start. Absolutely brilliant. The new journey of your life is about to start on the 30th of April, where there is the whole new portal yet again about to be open. On another hand, what else the 30th of April is going to do? You are going to hear very positive news about the actual justice, and this is to do with your life. This is to do with somebody who did something like quiet what they shouldn't have done, and that messed you up a little bit. So now you will know that it was a time to put your foot down, which is exactly what you did. So now you're going to hear a very specific information about that situation, and it's going to put a big smile on your face because you did the right things, what you should do at that moment in your life. But if you didn't kind of react and put your foot down, then you would let someone else or some other people to take an advantage of you. No, baby, no. So you realized on time before someone tried to take an advantage of you, and you did the right thing to remove yourself from that situation. So there is an important justice moment that you're gonna have, and this is gonna bring you like a pretty much so very rewarding moment in time. and it's going to feel very, it's going to make you feel really good. And watch, pay attention to the very interesting advice that you're actually going to get. On another hand, this is the 30th of April. By the end of that day, you're going to become aware of the new possibilities. These new possibilities are also going to bring new relationships into your life, new approaches to old problems, new acquaintances, and new knowledge, which is going to become the beginning of transformation, because the whole new fresh way of living is about to emerge, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed. So now I'm just going to basically see what is going to happen to you in the first part of April, mid part of April, and the last part of April. So let's see the first part of April, my gorgeous Leonis. What is going to happen to you in the first part of April? Ooh la la, very, very important things are really nicely and finally moving on. This is absolutely brilliant. You need to remember, my gorgeous Leonis, it is a one step at a time. You're going to become aware of a very important opportunity, but you must not put off the fact that, you know, the best things in life take time. But on another hand, what you're also gonna hear at the beginning of this April, that something really kind of jumped over, really quite over few problems, you know, much sooner, much quicker. So the certain negative situation is going to be resolved. But then on another hand, you say this is a good news, really good news, a huge, massive, enormous news. But another thing is that you are gonna become aware of the beginning of the April, the importance of being patient in our lives. The mid part of April, my gorgeous Leonis, oh my God, it's time of your own promotion. It's the time of your own rebirth. It's the time when you are really and firmly and strongly going to be standing on the ground below you. Okay, make your point across. This is very important, but also it is a strictly important time to think about yourself and your life. If you don't take care of yourself, you know, how you're going to take care of other people, you know? This is so important indeed. Okay, and you are gonna make a really important life-changing decision mid-April. And the third part of April, my God, I love the star card. It's Ace of Swords. I mean, this is absolutely brilliant. The third part of April, it is just, my God, it's gonna set you free spiritually, emotionally, mentally. You're gonna find out something so good. You're gonna find out something so big. You're gonna find out something so important. You are gonna get hold of this spiritual door which is about to open, key, sorry. You're gonna get hold of the spiritual key which is about to open many, many, many doors for you indeed. Absolutely brilliant. So now, my gorgeous Leonis, I'm going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationship. I mean, this is an absolutely mind-blowing month for those of you in relationship, because you will have something repeated here on the 5th of April, 15th of April, and the 25th of April. What you're going to have repeated as a couple here, it's going to remind you about a certain struggle and certain unsatisfied desires, and this is purely because your life was affected because of something that doesn't have anything to do with you. Now these 3 days are going to be primarily responsible for you seeing something and being so inspired as a couple, and this is going to build you up so nicely and so beautifully in terms of your confidence and in terms of you wanting to make a change. You're going to make a decision by the end of this month about making an important change, and that in itself is going to be brilliant, because for the first time in a long time you will be able to do something about the part of your life that you both just do not like anymore. You became so bored and it was time to move on. Absolutely brilliant. When it comes to those of you who are single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Leonis, this is very interesting here, because you are going to have the actual news about a certain opportunity, but this opportunity that I'm talking about so far, I haven't mentioned so far in this reading. This opportunity that I'm talking about is just going to be kind of like you're going to become aware of the certain opportunity that is to do with your life, that is to do with your lifestyle, that is to do with things that you are doing, that is to do with the places that you are going to, because suddenly you will become aware of this opportunity to go somewhere, and it is to do with you having a new beginning. Well, when you go somewhere for the first time, it's about you going somewhere for the first time. It's to do with new energy, it's to do with new vibration and things like that. So first of all, you need to realize, my gorgeous Leonis, what this is. because it's gonna pull your energy really nicely. So you will want to kind of go there, and it's to do with the new energy, fresh energy, the new beginning. So it's with you realizing where you're gonna go there. Oh my God, the opportunity, I can go there, I can go there, I can go there, I can go there. So it's not about you finding the love of your life like now, but realizing that it's to do with that place that you're gonna see in terms of the opportunity. And once you realize what this is, May and June are gonna be very promising when it comes to someone really genuinely beautifully walking into your life indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Leonie, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.